In this episode, we fixed the headlights because the wiring is a mess. Changed the spark plugs because they are way overdue, and stay tuned to the end for a big announcement. Alright, we're going to start by removing the performance issue bumper. Oh, these are tough. There we go. Got it. Missing a light on this side. And it is broken. Light on the other side fell out and it's broken. And that one's broken too. Well, that's both of them. Lights are overrated. There's a bolt down in here on the Celica. Check this one out. I think these lights are only a little bit broken, so hopefully I can save them. Another one here. So at some point, somebody decided it was a good idea to put HID lights on here. The black magic box on this side looks like it burnt out, so it got rewired. So all the regular headlights are put back in. The magic box on the other side is still in there. However, the light on the passenger side lights up street signs very good, but not much else. Not much of the street. And the one on this side is very dim and is missing several bulbs. I don't know exactly what was done here. As you can see down here, maybe not, there are some wires just kind of dangling. There's stuff loose. I'm guessing that goes to this connector here. I got wires taped together. So a lot of times if the headlight doesn't work, you just got to jiggle it. I can see the bulbs actually popped out down there. So this has been on my to-do list for a while to fix this. The light on this side, there's like a spacer or connector or something that goes in here. Some kind of spacer or connector that goes on the bulb, that's missing. On this side, here's the black magic box, which doesn't stay plugged in very well. Oh, there we go. Perfect. That's a quality item. I don't know why the other one failed. So we're gonna convert all this back to just regular lights. I know there's some bulbs missing I'm gonna have to get. There's a lot of wiring issues I gotta fix. So that's the plan for this right now. So examining this headlight assembly, there's about 20 million lights in here. I can understand why not all of them are working. There's one down here which lights up and does something. I don't know if that's a running light or it might be the turn signal. Got a light here. There is a light here, which is, I don't know, maybe the high beam. This one's missing the rubber boot. So that's not good. So this light assembly has all the lights. I believe they all work. However, the problem on this side is the wiring. So I gotta correct the wiring on this side. And then we'll get into rewiring the other side. I pulled the electrical tape off of these connectors, and this is the surprise I found. That is a very cheap, quick, down and dirty repair. Probably, I might have worked on this before. That's exactly what I would have done. But I need to get some connectors. You can see this one here. These ones actually have connectors. There's a male and female plug. They're actually crimped. Not too bad. The only problem is these are exposed to the environment. So these are in danger of corroding and rusting and having problems later on down the road. So I need to get some connectors and fix a lot of this wiring. Just got back from the auto parts store. I had to get some more butt connectors. These are ones, these actually work good because they have heat shrink on them. They actually shrink up and help save the connectors. Hopefully I got the right size. I got one connector done somewhere right here. There's one connector that goes to one of the lights. I don't know which one. I think that's the headlights. I believe this is the high beam here. I don't remember exactly which wire goes to where. I'm not sure it matters. It probably does. I'm probably gonna have to do this again. But at least the weather's nice today. All right, the next step on this is we want to put some heat on here to shrink these down. And I always find more heat is better than not enough. Uh-oh. Try not to melt these together. Oh man. Oh no. Ooh. Ooh, that's hot. Ooh, that's hot. Alright, singe the wires a little bit, but I don't think that's gonna hurt anything. Okay, so that's it for this side. Everything is, all the wires are connected. I should probably check the bulbs. So the bulbs don't look too bad, other than this one was once orange and the orange is flaking off. Put that in wrong. Other than that, I think this is ready to go back on. Now we're on to side 2, the right headlight. This one is very bright because of the magic box here. The problem is it points up and to the side, so it lights up street signs well, but not much else. You can see we got some custom screw stuff here. We got a light missing there. I think I might have one of those pieces. Come on, get off of there. Oh, it's killing me. Yeah, this should all unplug somehow. That's very nice. Now this has got to come out of there somehow. Nice. So we can get rid of that. Get rid of the magic box here. The magic extra bright light box. I think I still need this clip. There's the high beam that fell out. That what is that? 9005. That's pretty crusty looking. I don't even know if that's good anymore. And I gotta fix all the wiring over here as well. Perfect. Okay, so fortunately, when I dismantled the white car for the engine and transmission, even though it was in an accident, I saved the wire harness. So I have plugs. I even got a light. Look at that. I think that's a high beam though. Better try and save that. Oh, maybe not. I don't know if that's gonna come out. Ugh. How hard do they make these? They just do not want to come out. So I'm not exactly sure how this happened, but I seem to have 2 of every connector. The high beam connectors, I think that's the running light connectors, turn signals. I have 2 of every connector, except I have no low beam connectors, and I should have 2 of them. So I don't know how that happened. So I'm gonna have to take a trip to the auto parts store. Hopefully I can get one. I do not know how that happens. How is it the 2 pieces I need I don't have? Fill this up, hopefully without catching anything on fire. Oh! Can't help but think this would go faster with a bigger torch. Well, the fender's hot even. So I just bought every light bulb that I needed and totally blew the budget's totally gone on this car now. No more money to spend on it for a while because light bulbs are expensive. Fortunately, I've got a neighbor that actually donated a few of them to me. That helped a lot. Still had to get several of them. So the next thing is strip these wires here. Those are trash. I got a new plug. Hopefully it works. There's a new plug I got. That should be the right one. If I was smart or knew what I was doing, I'd probably take the plug and make sure it plugs into the lights before I connect it to the wire harness. But I think I'm just gonna stick it on there and hope that it works. That just takes too much time to check.
Yeah, that's where I saw that one.
All right, here we go.
Whatever.
Got this in there. A little bit of heat, a lot of bit of heat. I think that is good. Oh, that's hot. So with these light bulbs, you've got to be real careful. You do not want to touch. It's a little bit of knowledge. You can take it or leave it. You don't want to touch the glass area. The oil from your fingers will leave prints on there and will make the bulb more likely to blow up, supposedly. So this should be the headlight bulb. I think this goes in here somehow, maybe, or not. Well, I got a 9006 because that's what was on the other side, but I don't think this is a correct bulb for this application or vehicle. Perfect. I think there's another bulb that fits in here. It's got a flat spot with a little tab that sticks out, because this does not really fit in there. I could probably make it work though. So the bad news is this is definitely the wrong bulb. The good news is it fits so tight in there, I don't even have to put that metal clip on that's broken as well to hold it in. So I was able to pound it in there and we'll see how that works. So here's a fun fact I've never seen before. These bulbs, I believe these are the turn signals, they have these little tabs on them. So I thought these were standard 1156A bulbs, the orange ones. But if you look at these tabs are actually offset, whereas the 1156 ones are straight across. So who the heck came up with that plan? Just to come up with a completely different bulb. There's 2 posts, they're even. Some of them, the posts are offset, but these are offset that way. I don't know. I don't know who comes up with this stuff. One more way to make some money, I guess. If you don't mix up bulbs. So you're gonna line up the arrows, twist that. So I'm just gonna have to use the old one for now. At this point, all the bulbs are back in. The wiring is fixed, more or less. I don't know if I have the right plugs, but I got everything to work. Next we'll plug everything in. Well, that plug's seen better days. Should be 2 down here. All right, well that one doesn't want to go on. Under there. This has to fit in here. That goes under there. Should just kind of fall right in there, more or less. I gotta change the headlight on the other side now. All right, change the headlight bulb on the other side. Just had to take the screwdriver and pound it in, make it fit. We should try to pull this fender out a little bit too. We'll do some body work. Bolts here, that one goes there. And one goes here. Nailed it. Next is spark plugs. So I pulled the spark plugs out of this car and they're in pretty bad shape. I just haven't gotten around to doing anything about it yet. So today is the day. These coils are actually junk too. They've got big cracks down the side of them. Not good. Probably should disconnect the battery, but I'm not gonna worry about that. Probably should gap these plugs too. But one good thing about Toyota, it'll pretty much run on anything. You can see this coil's got a crack, so that will let the spark escape. Probably more at higher RPMs. On which at higher RPMs, this car does have a miss, and the check engine light comes on right around 6,500, 7,000 RPM. So that's probably the case. There's the first one. That's not too bad, but probably due. So when putting these spark plugs in on these cars like this, there's a long hole down there. You don't want to hit the spark plug on anything and close the gap. So you gotta be real careful sticking it in, and then when you're working on an aluminum head, it's a good idea to put some anti-seize on it, which I am not doing. And how tight do you make it? Just tight enough. You can feel it tightening up. Definitely don't want them to back off or come loose. Just like that. Perfect. Just that torque spec right there, whatever it is. Then we can drop the faulty coil back in. Yeah, see, this one's got some cracks. I don't know if you can see that. This one's got some cracks forming too. If I remember right, all these have some kind of crack on them. Last time with the original engine, I bought a set of coils off of Amazon because it was the cheapest set I could find anywhere. And they actually did pretty good. And then the car developed a miss, which I attributed to the coils, but as it turns out, the spark plugs, the NGK laser iridium plugs they just put in there, made it about 5,000 miles, and then they had a miss. And no matter what coils I put in or what I did, the miss didn't go away until I changed the spark plugs. So I took the spark plugs, I cleaned them, I did everything, but the miss would not go away. So the problem was definitely the spark plugs. And they work great for about 5,000 miles. Slowly drop that in. So you just never know what you're gonna get. Spark plugs are like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get. All right, next one. Yeah, that gap looks right. I think that's good. Off my socket in there. And there's the last coil. That one's definitely noticeable. Got the Grand Canyon in there, lots of spark escaping. That project's gonna have to wait though. I just blew the budget on light bulbs. Done. Spark plugs are done. Coils are in, everything's tight. All right, let's see if this thing will start and we can wait till tonight and check the lights. Ah, shoot, I need the keys. All right, let's see if this thing's gonna start. Should fire right up. Run pretty good. At Turtle's Garage, we try to keep a pretty tight budget on projects we do. We try to show you don't need a whole lot of money or a whole lot of space or fancy tools to do a lot of the stuff. Auto repair, fixing things, customizing. You can do it. I work out of a gravel driveway. But the next stage of the Cupcake Delivery Express, the next chapter in its life is going to be exciting. I splurged a little bit, I spent a little bit of money, and had a graphic artist come up with what we're doing next. And this is it right here. This is the next stage of the car. There's a couple of, maybe it's like this. There's a couple of wheels on there and a seat. And that's what's going to happen next. I signed up for a rally event, so we're going rally racing. It is going to be a very exciting few weeks. I've got some roll cage tubing. We're putting a complete rally roll cage in this car, including ripping out the dashboard, putting in a dash bar. There's a lot of work to do, and I only have a few weeks to get it done in addition to another car in the back that I'm going to try and prepare as well for the same event. Stay tuned, because it's going to be an exciting few weeks. If you're as excited as I am to see a roll cage go in this piece of junk, to prepare for a rally event coming up, hit that like button, and also subscribe to the channel so you can be notified as soon as a new video is dropped.